in historic Uptown Shelby.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Community Profile Program for Tuesday, April 21st, 2015. Milton Baker along with you. Sandy Alexander, our co-host and executive producer, could not be here today. And with us, however, today is Jackie Sibley Newton. Good morning, Miss Newton. Sibley Newton. Good morning to you. And congratulations.
Thank you.
As
Thank you.
we mentioned earlier on the swap shop when Jackie came in, if you didn't hear, Jackie recently married, so that's fantastic.
Now I have an addition to my last name.
Yep, Jackie Sibley.
Everybody
Newton.
knows me as Sibley, so we didn't want to change that. So we
Yeah.
hyphenated and added Newton. So 2 last names.
That's fine. That'll
It works
work.
out.
That'll work. Well, let's see. It's been, I guess, a while.
It's been about a month.
Has it
a
been
little
that
over
long?
a month
A
since
little
I've
bit
been
longer.
on.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we're getting into the busy season now.
It is
Real
busy.
busy.
Last weekend was extremely busy. It seemed like a lot of places, and
A lot of stuff
that
going
was just
on.
sort of the just
the Cherryville Festival, I heard, made it all through the rain. Had a beautiful day and skipped the rain, so I'm glad for that.
It was good. I was there for part of it. Yeah, broadcasting downtown. Good festival in Cherryville. So, what's going on over in Shelby and Cleveland County? As Jackie, official title is the
See if you can get it. Vice
President
of
Tourism in Cleveland County. I want to throw an executive director title in
my
there
old
somewhere.
title was executive
That was
director.
the old title.
I'm just the tourism lady. That's the easiest way to
You're
do it.
VP now.
The tourism lady.
Okay, tourism lady from Cleveland County and Shelby. And so tell us what's going on.
All the stuff to keep up with. We have a ton of stuff. Starting tonight, there is a paint and sip in Kings Mountain at Grapes in a Glass, and that is right in downtown Kings Mountain across from the railroad tracks. And paint and sip is where you come in. It's $35. They supply all of your art material and art lessons. You do not have to know how to paint to participate. Everybody comes out with a beautiful piece of artwork that they've created themselves. And there's an art teacher that walks them through every step. And so they get a little painting lesson, and they can sip on some wine or whatever it is that they want to bring with them or purchase there.
Well, now that's something I've never heard of.
Paint and sip. Yeah, they do them in Shelby quite often at the Arts Council, but this is the first one in Kings Mountain.
Okay.
So they're starting to move around a little bit. And I've been to one. I'd really love to go to another one, but they have them when I can't go. I stay so busy. So that's one thing that happens tonight. It starts at 6, and it's about 2 hours from 6 to 8.
Now, do you have to be a great artist to?
You don't have to know a thing about art. You don't have to know a thing. And they supply all the materials, the canvas, the paint, the brushes, everything.
Okay.
So, and I have seen some people who have never painted anything in their life come out with some beautiful artwork.
Be careful. Just don't drink the paint and
Don't
paint
drink
with
paint with wine. Yeah, don't do that.
Get
That
it
will
straight
get real
which
creative,
is which.
right? And then I think you had Joel Shores on.
Yes.
And this isn't a tourism-related thing, but about his sexting and cyberbullying. And it's a real issue for Cleveland County. It really doesn't have a lot to do with tourism, but it is a program
important.
that I really believe every parent or person who works with children or works with youth, scout leaders, youth leaders, anybody who works with children should attend that class. And he's got a class coming up today. It's tonight at 6:30 at the Cleveland County Health Department. Again, doesn't have a lot to do with my job. It's just something I believe in, and I believe that every parent should be there.
We had him on, I believe, last week talking about this. And can anyone just go?
Anybody can
no,
go.
No need
He
to
would be delighted.
pre-register or anything.
No. It's good for him to know the numbers in advance, but if you just show up, he will be delighted to have you in that.
And friends, you really ought to go. You really ought to go.
It was eye-opening for me to learn, and I thought I knew what was going on, and there is so much more going on than I realized, and it's dangerous, and people don't realize how dangerous it is. kids are ruining their entire lives and futures over something they think is silly and non-significant.
Yeah, they think it's harmless and fun, something to do,
Yeah,
but because
do
everybody else
recognize.
does it and that sort of thing.
Right.
It's amazing how kids, just because they think everybody else does it, that peer pressure, what they'll do.
Yep. So I urge anybody who has a kid, loves children, works with children to attend that today. And he has some other classes coming up. So if you watch on Facebook, you can watch for those.
Okay.
Some other things coming up. We have the student art exhibit at the Arts Council right now, and that will be on for this whole month. A lot of talent in our community. A lot. I mean, I am amazed at some of the artwork that these students come up with. And it's not just painting, it's sculptures and woodwork and all kinds of different kinds of art. And it is a competition, so they've competed to be there. But a lot of good work. And then you can even go downstairs and see what elementary kids have done. So
Okay.
they do some really good work,
Well,
too.
that's pretty cool.
There is an Uptown Art Walk on Thursday, and that starts at 5:30. And that's a walk through all of the galleries and places that exhibit art in Uptown Shelby. And they have little food pickups and reception items in all of the galleries that you would go in. So that's a lot of fun. And usually there's a lot of art outside, too. Artists doing their work outside the studios on the sidewalk, or the buskers, the musicians are out playing on the street. So it's a fun night. And that's Thursday at 5:30. And that's just this week. Then
that's a month's worth,
then
really.
we end up the week with the annual Merry-Go-Round Festival.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. I hope the weather holds out for them. It starts at 10 on Saturday and there's fireworks at 9. And they usually close the rides for the fireworks. So it'll be ending about 9. And then on Sunday, it opens at 11 and ends at 6. So after church, come out and have fair food for lunch and all that junk food that there is available. And they have everything. They've got the Kohler's fries, the pretzel guy, the guy that makes his own root beer and soda is there, and that's one of my favorites, although you get a sugar rush just from one of those. But the cotton candy, funnel cakes, all of the carnival food will be there, and then rides. And it's a really good deal. $7 armband. Nobody has to buy tickets for the rides. You can ride the rides as many times as you want, all day long. So it's a really good deal. The only money you would have to have past that $7 is if you wanted to buy something from one of the vendors or eat the food that's there.
Yeah.
So it's a really good deal to do that. And APA, Academy of Performing Arts, dancers will be in the gym from noon to about 3. And a lot of people have kids that take dance from Miss Beth, so they'll be performing in there. And it's a good dress rehearsal for their recital, so it's a really good show. And then Circus Stella will be there on Sunday, and that's first for us. We haven't had that at the Merry-Go-Round Festival before. And it's kind of one of those family circuses, but it's a really good act. I have seen them perform, and they do a lot of fun trapeze kind of stuff.
All right.
Death-defying. And then Art on the Square is that Saturday as well on the Court Square. It is a juried art show. People from all over the country can submit their art to be part of that art show, and you can go and look and purchase and take it right home with you.
Okay.
So that's just this week.
That's
That's
a full
a whole
week.
bunch of stuff.
Plenty to do.
And I forgot to mention that Bailey and the Boys is going to be at the Don Gibson Theater on Saturday as well.
Kathy Bailey and the Boys. I remember them well. Yeah.
I love their, well, I guess they're still doing the stuff that they used to do, but that show starts at 8 p.m., and I heard that ticket sales for that were going very well, so if you want tickets for that, you better get them now. But that is also Saturday. I think I've covered everything. There's a lot of stuff going on this week. One thing that isn't open to the public, but a lot of people don't realize, that the Merry-Go-Round Festival Committee works with the city of Shelby and the mayor and gives out mayoral awards, Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Okay.
And we do that award ceremony Friday night before the festivities start. And I really admire that group and the people that they choose for those awards. They do usually recognize the Cleveland County sports teams that won championships. And it's not just football, it's basketball, baseball, swimming, a lot of different awards. But they also try to pick those individuals who work behind the scenes and aren't out in the public eye a lot. and they try to pull them out and recognize them. And I admire that, because there's certain people that you see winning awards all the time, and they're in the public eye, and they get a lot of attention. And this group really tries to seek out people who don't really get recognized for all the good work that they do, and pull them out and recognize them. So that's a lot of fun to do. And I can't tell you who the winners are right now, because it's a surprise to most of them. So
it would, kind
of would ruin the surprise.
Yeah, ruin the surprise.
Some other things that are coming up this month, and this, April starts our festival season. We start now and work all the way till October for the Livermush Festival, which will be 2 days this year. So we've been working on that already. We've been working on it all year. What else have we got coming up? We have Mark Russell is a political comedian, and he'll be at the Don Gibson on May the 2nd.
He's been. I've seen him on television. And
he's
is it the PBS stations carry a lot of his programs?
Do. Yeah. He has a good following, and he is hilarious. Yeah. He's really funny. And we also have. I'm looking on my Facebook page because that's where I keep everything. Jazz and Juleps on the Terrace is going to be at Carillon Assisted Living in Shelby. That is a fundraiser for Carillon, but it is open to the public. It's from 2 to 4, and you should get tickets in advance. And I think that they work on donations. But that's an event that's going to have jazz music and juleps, mint juleps, I'm sure. And I think that's kind of in conjunction with the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
I believe that that's coming up. So
Yeah,
there's
Derby.
a lot of Derby parties.
Kentucky Derby's coming up soon. I'm sure. I don't know exactly what date, but
it's in May. Some other things that we have coming up. I'm going to be working with a young lady. She is the Miss Shelby Outstanding Little Miss Shelby. And she is going to be doing an event in May, and I believe that the date on that is May. I want to say it's May the 10th. But I'm going to be working with her on an event. It is going to be a really, really fun event. She is raising money for children of all abilities, and they will be playing a baseball game. Crest High School is going to be assisting with this, and they're actually doing a baseball game with these kids where the baseball players take the children out, and whatever their ability is, if they're able to hit the ball, then they hit the ball. If they're in a wheelchair, then that player will let that child hit the ball and then wheel them to the first base. So they're going to assist them in playing a baseball game. So you'll have to have her on the show at some point, but a little bit more about what she's doing, and that is Briley Powell.
Okay.
And May 31st at 3 p.m. at Crest High School. That's when that game is.
Okay.
It's called Miracle Makers. So watch for more information about Miracle Makers and about what that young lady's going to be doing. Because that's going to be a whole lot of fun.
If you don't mind, you mentioned that to Sandy, and
I will mention that, and you'll have Miss Briley on the show. She is an adorable child. I believe that she is about 11 years old, and she is organizing all of this herself.
11. What about that?
So we're real impressed with her.
Okay, good for her.
Another exciting thing that's going to be coming, and you'll have to listen for the dates, but we do have confirmation that the Budweiser Clydesdales will be coming to Shelby.
I've got to see that.
This will be fabulous. It's a team of 8 enormous Clydesdales pulling a pretty large size wagon too. It's really, really impressive if you've never seen them. Those horses are way bigger than you realize. Until you're standing under one, and looking up at it.
Yeah, never been that close to one.
They are huge, but to see that team of 8 horses manipulate the curves and the small areas that they manipulate through, you will see how well trained these animals are. And they are, and also the harness that goes on the horses. Those harnesses cost about $150,000 each.
Oh my goodness!
So just to see them all decked out and pulling that wagon, and the Dalmatian will be here with them. I asked that.
Okay.
So they are a full team, and they'll watch for an announcement on the dates of that, because we can't say when they're coming yet, but they are coming soon.
The Dalmatian, he won't stick his tongue out at the fire truck Dalmatian. Will
We hope not. We'll have to wait and see.
Old Super Bowl commercial,
yeah,
right?
I know. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. But I love the Dalmatian because they used him a lot in the commercials, so that was a lot of fun. Let's see, what else have we got coming on? It's just been so busy trying to keep up with everything. Lots of stuff going on at the Earl Scruggs Center. They're installing now their special exhibit. They have the history of Cleveland County and music in the South is on that bottom main level of the old courthouse in Shelby. But the upstairs is a rotating exhibit, and that exhibit changes on a regular basis.
Okay.
And the exhibit that's coming in is called Feast Here Tonight, and it's based around Southern foods.
Okay.
And the history of foods that were just born in the South. And if you think about the South, you've got barbecue. Of course, there will be a liver mush exhibit. You can't have it in Shelby and not have a liver mush exhibit. But you've also got that Cajun influence that came up, and the Low Country from Charleston, and that kind of cuisine that's come up. And so a lot of good food is born in the South and known only to our region, or has grown in our region and is now worldwide.
Yeah.
So that I'm real anxious for that exhibit to come open. But they've got a lot of good guest chefs coming. They've got Chef Beck from Charleston coming on May the 30th to do a cooking program. And even before he gets here, they have some other guest chefs, a culinary walking tour on May the 16th, and a cooking class with Virginia Willis, who is world-renowned chef, been publicized in magazines, has a TV show. So she will be here doing cooking classes and really talking about the cuisine. So there's a lot going on at the Earl Scruggs Center based on that food exhibit, which who doesn't love food?
Yeah, I know.
Everybody.
You got to check that out.
In May, we have, hopefully the new pavilion will be opening in Shelby, and our Foothills Farmers Market will be moving to that pavilion. They have a date of May the 16th, so with this rain, we're hoping that didn't get delayed because that has delayed a little bit in the building of this. But we've got some real big celebrities coming to Shelby. I mentioned Mark Russell, the comedian, on May the 2nd. On May 9th, Travis Tritt.
Hey, there you go.
That's a big one. He's been here before, and he loves Shelby.
That's great.
So we're excited to have him back. He will be eating Bridges Barbecue, I understand. That's one of his reasons for coming back to Shelby.
Okay.
And so we congratulate Red Bridges Barbecue on winning the Garden and Gun competition of the best barbecue in the South.
Wow.
They beat out 52 other barbecue places from all over the Southeast and won by popular vote. So a lot of publicity is coming from Garden and Gun magazine over winning that competition.
Yeah, congratulations again.
And so Travis Tritt noticed that he wants to eat there, so we have that. And coming up also at the Don Gibson is the Cleverleys are coming back on May 16th. It's usually a sold-out show. So if he has opened that up for ticket sales, get your tickets now because that one will go really fast. Also on May 16th is the Boiling Springs Crossroad Festival, and that's from 10 to 2. They usually have games and rides, bouncy houses, that sort of thing for kids. The fire department will be doing an exhibition. Cross Trail Outfitters will be doing an archery exhibition and games that kids can play. So if kids have never shot a bow and arrow, even adults, if you've never shot a bow and arrow, you have a shot there to get some instruction and learn how to shoot a bow. So they're going to have some games there, and there'll be some other activities. But that's from 10 to 2 right on Main Street, across from Gardner Webb in Boiling Springs on May 16th. Image will be at the Don Gibson the day before that on May the 15th. And that will also be the opening night for Feast Here Tonight, that exhibit I was telling you about at the Earl Scruggs Center. T. Graham Brown will be May 23rd at the Don Gibson Theater. And something else I want to mention real quick, and I will get Sandy information about a really big event going on at Gardner Webb on June the 20th. And
Okay.
I'll be back on the show to talk more about that, but I'll give her the information. Cross Trail Outfitters is organizing an outdoor expo, and they're having some celebrities come.
Okay.
And be guest speakers at the banquet that they have. And these are celebrities that everybody knows. So
All right.
I will wait and let them make that announcement. They're also having a big outdoor concert at the football stadium at Gardner Webb. And it is a faith-based concert. And I'm not sure if they're announcing yet who that is, but everybody's going to be really excited about the group that's coming for that. So mark your calendars for June 20th for the Outdoor Expo in Bowling Springs.
All right.
So,
wow.
That's a lot of stuff.
Well, a lot this week and a lot for the month and some weeks ahead.
Yeah, you all through the summer there's something every weekend. It's constant.
I remember you told a long time ago when we first started doing these programs, don't ever think there's nothing to do.
No, never say there's nothing to do. There's always something to do. And people can go to clevelandcountyevents.com. That is the official website for Cleveland County, the whole county, countywide community events. And they have small events from your church social and flea market stuff to large tourism events and concerts that the Don Gibson. So we try to make sure everybody knows to put their own events on there or go there and look to see what there is to do.
Good deal.
Always something to do.
Well, Jackie, thank you for coming in today, and appreciate it very much. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
And next month, probably.
And our best wishes to Sandy, who's battling that
Feel
eye
better,
infection
Sandy.
again. Yeah, she's still working, trying to get that taken care of. When it comes to your eyes, you want to get the very best care and make sure everything is everything's taken care of there. All right, that's the community profile for today. We do not have a guest as I know of at this time for tomorrow. If something comes up, we'll be back then. If not, we'll see you next week then. Community profile normally heard Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday right here on Big O Country. See you later.